This seller could not fire their agent and it cost them. A couple of years ago, I had somebody come up to me, a homeowner, who had their house on the market and they were asking me for advice. And the problem he was having was his realtor was not communicating with him. He said he talked to this agent a bunch before he signed his listing contract. He was always responsive, always gave him the time of day and helped him with all the questions that he had. But as soon as he signed that agreement and put his house on the market, it's almost like the agent disappeared. He was really hard to get a hold of after that, and he wasn't giving the seller updates on what was going on with his house. When the seller had approached me, it had already been 45 days on the market, and he hadn't hardly had any showings and no solid offers. He couldn't get any answers from his realtor, and it was driving him crazy because he didn't know what was going on. What ended up happening was he had to let his home sit on the market for 6 months because there was no legal way for him to cancel his contract. Most listing agreements have a listing term that the seller gives to the realtor to allow them to try and sell the house, but there is no inherent cancellation policy within there. So if you don't have these deep conversations with your agent and you don't figure out what's going to happen if something like this occurs and you're not happy, you could find yourself stuck in listing jail for 6 or even 12 months, unable to do anything but sit there and wait for your contract to expire before you can finally move forward and try to get on with the next chapter of your life like you were originally planning to do the first time. My advice is to always talk about a cancellation clause with your realtor. With us, we provide an anytime cancellation that is in writing in the contract so our clients feel comfortable. I highly recommend that you talk to your agent about some sort of an agreement like that in case things go south. But any confident and competent realtor should have no problem accommodating you with something like that.